Let's bring in our panel now. Joining me is One Nation Leader in New South Wales, Tanya Mihalik, as well as broadcaster Craig Foster. Hi to both of you. Thank you.
Nice
now, I want to get to that breaking news, but first, I just want to get your reaction there to Andrew Giles' performance today. I mean, he came out of hiding, Tanya. We haven't seen him in weeks, but today he's out of witness protection. Labor did manage to succeed in that High Court case today, but what do you make of Giles' commentary?
Yeah, it doesn't give you much confidence, does it?
No.
I mean, I think the problem here is they're relying entirely on luck, the Labor Party, okay? And today's result from the High Court, of course, was just lucky for the Labor Party, let's be honest. And all it is just a stay of execution. The reality is the Labor Party will have to work with the Liberal Party to ensure that we toughen our laws in Australia. We can't continue to give out visas to people coming from countries that won't accept the legals back. We can't keep allowing people who are staying in Australia illegally, detainees, the opportunity to actually go to court and fight it out in the court system using taxpayer money. That's your money, that's everyone's money out there being used for these court cases. How much did today's court case cost the Australian people? I know we're happy with the result of today, but we cannot continue to rely on these sorts of court cases every couple of months and hoping that it'll work out. We actually need proper laws in this place. The Labor Party were told late last year that there would likely be a very draconian High Court decision then, and they needed to prepare in Parliament. They didn't. They failed to do that. And as you've heard today from Giles today, he gives nobody any confidence that he's on top of it. He's attacking Peter Dutton unfairly so. He should actually be looking closer to home to what is his own failures and the fact that he hasn't still to date put proper legislation into Parliament to ensure that we protect Australians first.
That's it. And who's to say that there won't be more attempts by detainees in the future? I mean, you just don't know. I mean, Craig, Labor, as we've just said, they survived the day. They were lucky. But has the horse already bolted when it comes to handling detainees? We know that 150 murderers, rapists, pedophiles were released late last year. Half of them are still not even being monitored.
I thought he said that they know where all of the various people are.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Crimes happening then?
No, the latest data today says that half are not being monitored, whether that's via a curfew or whether that is via an ankle bracelet.
Right.
Still
so presumably if it's by a curfew, they know where they are, right?
Well, they have to know where they are because they have to report. But, I mean, how do you feel about that, that still half are out there?
Yeah, I think, look, my position hasn't changed from recent weeks. That is, I think that it's important that the court makes independent rulings to the government. That's fundamental. And whilst I agreed with the former ruling, I disagree with this one, but I fundamentally agree with the court being able to rule on these things. Otherwise, I think it'd be awful where we might be after the last 20 years and some of the policies that we put into place. I don't support people being locked up for life. Some of these people have been there for 10, I know people have been there 13 years. When they sought asylum...
Are you saying you don't support today's decision, though?
I don't support it. No, I don't support.
To cooperate with.
I'll tell you why. Is because many of these people, I'm not talking about ones who've committed crimes, but others who are still locked up indefinitely. They went through what's called the fast track system. You remember? And prior to the election, I think Labor were very clear on the fact that there was huge flaws in it, and so many people weren't able to put their case. Forward in the right way. The system was flawed. It was a bit like the kind of...
that he wasn't prepared to actually work with Australian officials. There's a difference.
Okay, but they also said that this person does not have a rightful claim to persecution and so on. And so what I'm saying, many of these people and the lawyers behind them, I'm not experts on all the cases, but what I do know is that the system over the last 20 years has been also flawed. And I think both parties, or certainly at least Labor, have acknowledged that. And so I think it's a little bit more complex than saying that. So my ultimate position would be this. Community safety, we all understand and agree that that's number one.
Sure.
That's fine. People have the right to seek asylum and they have the right to seek refuge. I want a fair system for them, and if there is genuinely no claim, of course they should not be here. But there are many genuine claims where the system has actually let people down. Right? And it's left people in detention for a very long period of time.
The system is letting ordinary Australians down,
of them.
Craig. That's what it's letting down.
And the reality
is... The poor woman that we saw beaten up. That's
allegedly beaten up. Yeah, allegedly.